Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
So, as whoever's here can see, I'm guessing it's the season 1 recap. Yeah. So we're kind of excited to have gotten to this milestone. 25. This is our 25th episode. 25 episodes is a. I don't know if I thought we were going to get this far. I was excited to start just because I wanted to drink beer and talk about it, because who doesn't want to do that? But yeah, there's been some good times. What about you guys?
Oh, we've got a Matthew West there. Just saying.
Oh,
Just saying hello, Matthew.
No, I think it's been great, and sorry, Jeremy, I joined late. I joined on episode 8, but I've had a great time. I missed the first few, and as we were talking about getting ready for this episode, I need to go back over a multi-day period and drink the first 8 beers that you guys enjoyed, because I have not tried those. Some of them I've had, but
No, it's definitely been really interesting. I feel like I've not had all of these beers, but I've had a majority of them. But it's pretty interesting to watch Mike, who's a pretty avid barrel-aged beer drinker, and Bud Light, to actually have him try quite a few different varieties and styles. Of course, we'll definitely do a lot more, hopefully, in the near future. But yeah, it's been fun.
Let's drink. And that note,
yeah,
decided to go with some Juice Force. Oh,
yeah, ditto.
Well, both. I missed the memo. I'm doing.
Well, it really wasn't a memo. It was just.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm having the Cheboygan Blueberry, which now I gotta look back what episode that was. I feel like it was 17-ish.
Blueberry
nope, 17 actually.
18.
Nope, 17. Yeah, it was 18. 17 was what you guys are doing, the Cheboygan.
This isn't Cheboygan. This is New Belgium.
New Belgium.
So I guess we're kind of talking about. I guess I can go over a list of all the beers that we've had. So, episode 1, we had the Right Brain CEO Stout. Episode 2, Mike drank a Sullivan's, a Smithwick's Irish Red Ale. I did a Sullivan's Multi Irish Ale, which was in a yellow can. That was pretty good, not too bad. Episode 3 got us to St. Patrick's Day. I had my Sullivan's Irish Red that day, and Mike had a Guinness. I don't remember, was that the foreign stout, or was that the?
No, I think I just had. I tried to do a black and tan, and it just came out brown.
Oh, that's right.
that was my failed attempt. I was like, yeah, I got this. I got a spoon and nothing. No, it was the worst.
It was the worst. And then see, episode 4 was the Oberon, which was all right. I think I agree with Mike. I think they get better as the production line goes on with them for sure. And then episode 5 was the Perrin Decadence, which definitely was a barrel aged beer, which was really tasty. I enjoyed that one. Episode 6 was Orville, which Mike never had. I never had one either, so that was a nice experience to go through. Episode 7 was Saison Dupont, which I just like saying that way. Makes me sound whatever, snooty. And then episode 8 is when Jason finally was able to join us, and we had that episode was about our first beers. And I remember mine was a Busch Light, and I was a young person. It was gross. It tasted like popcorn. We'll go with that later on. Jason's was a cherry wheat. Mike was a Labatt, which was pretty interesting. See, episode 9 was Curmudgeon's Better Half. Episode 10 was the Rogue Dead Guy Ale.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 11 was mine. Yeah, it was. Episode 11, it was the Maybach, right? Yeah, I think it was Maybach. Episode 11 was my Maple Brown Ale. Episode 12, we'll come back to that one a little bit later on, but that was our Heffy. I was super excited for this one too. Episode 12 was, what was it? Cinco de Mayo. So that was our Modelo. Episode 14
my refrigerator aged Modelo. That was a good one.
Oh gosh, yeah. Episode 14 was my Blueberry Honey Ale. Let's see, episode 15 was the Bitburger Pills. That was pretty tasty.
That was good.
Episode 16 was the Two Hearted Ale, which I think was, if I were to guess, that was probably one of Mike's least favorite ones of all of them. Episode 17 was the what I'm drinking tonight, the Juice Force. Episode 18 is the Blueberry Cream Ale, which Jason's drinking. Episode 18 by the same company is the Blood Orange Honey. Let's see, episode 20 was the Oro Golden Ale, which was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Episode 21 was the Helles, it was made by Fritz. Episode 22 was a Bel Air Brown, American Brown Ale, basically. Episode 23 was the Great Lakes Fitzgerald's Porter. I enjoyed that one. I like porters in general, anyways. And episode 24 was my stout, which was Mike's creation that he wanted. I was like, ooh, I think I can make that. I'll surprise it for him. It was a bourbon coconut honey, or not honey, but vanilla stout. And we'll probably talk about that one a little later on too. I have some
that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers, episode 23 and 24.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to give my parents one of those to try while they're watching that episode. I've been trying to do that here and there, especially when we had to buy like a 4-pack or something. I like to try and give them something so that they can try it. Doesn't help when it comes out at 9:30 a.m., but they're like troopers, I guess.
I always get that notification in the morning, and I'm like, I could go for a beer right about now.
Yeah, that's why I added the recorded time too, because my mom's like, are they gonna think you're recording these live during work hours? And I'm like, I hope not. It's a good point though. I'm gonna put that recorded time down there just in case. So we have kind of like a, I don't want to say script, but we have kind of like a layout of what we want to like talk about during this episode, just to kind of like hit on some things and not forget about some stuff. And we kind of wanted to go through basically we wanted to recap the beers, so we kind of get them fresh in our mind, and then we wanted to go down like a list of like so the first one that I wanted to find out was what was our favorite beer or favorite style of beer that we tried in season 1. And for me, I think it was the Farmhouse Ale, not to steal probably Jeremy's also, but I feel like that was my favorite surprise. And I had 2, I guess. This Voodoo Ranger, which is an IPA, is the Juice Force one, so that was my biggest surprise. Jeremy, did you have a surprise?
Mine was definitely a surprise.
What's a favorite / a favorite style, I guess?
So a favorite would definitely be the Saison DuPont. I just really, really enjoy that beer. I think it's really good for a Saison, because they're all slightly different, and I think that's what's interesting about the whole style itself. Like they all just don't taste the same. Because I feel like some companies' pilsners, they kind of resemble each other. Getting a pilsner is only a couple ingredients anyway, so like you don't have a whole lot of combinations and permutations you can go through. Surprise one?
No. I guess surprise one was another category.
Okay.
I skipped ahead. Sorry.
That's fine. Nerves, I love them.
Yeah.
What about you, Jason?
Well, let's see here. Favorite or surprise?
No, just a favorite or style.
Favorite.
I think I read I saw style as
favorite.
I got excited.
Excited.
It's 9.5% ABV. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will say it's kind of hard to pick a favorite for me. It's because these are beers that I don't drink. What we've been drinking, I drink IPAs. So the IPAs that we've had, I've already had. It might really be the one that I'm drinking tonight, the Blueberry Cream Ale, just because it made me realize how much I liked cream ales, or could like cream ales. So I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, that was mine was the Helles also. Made me realize that I really like that. It's a nice crisp ale. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, so we had some other questions we got here. Let's see. Some funny moments, and I think we all got some interesting ones, but there's one, and for some reason I just started dancing. I don't even know why. I felt like somebody said something and I started doing something that was foolish.
Ring that bell.
I know it's a short. Oh, was it? Yeah, it's like
ring that bell. Yeah. I just remember, like, in the first couple of episodes, I kept spilling my beer. I was like, "Ooh, I'll open it on camera and then pour it," and then it would just like pour down the can and then like onto my table or onto my like desk and then onto the floor. I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm making a mess."
I need to spill that.
Mine was I think it's a short, the technical difficulties one, where an alarm starts going off my phone, and I'm like, all right, I gotta focus on this podcast, and then it zoomed in on my face.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and then like Jason wore like the same shirt every single
there was
episode.
that.
It seemed like.
I couldn't. I put on a different shirt today. I couldn't find that one. I left it in Pittsburgh because I'm back and forth between here and Pittsburgh, or Michigan and Pittsburgh. So yeah, I put on a what is this? This year's Dark Lord Day. Yep, or last year's, I guess, kind of at this point.
I think another funny unknown behind the scenes that nobody knows about, like the first 7 episodes, 6 episodes, or whatever, were
before I
back to
joined.
back. Yeah, so like me and Mike would have like a beer, do a 30-minute podcast. We're like, all right, get together, let's hurry, and let's do another one. And we did like the barrel aged beer one. We're like, holy crap, we messed up.
Yeah,
have to do another one.
There's some strong beers to drink in 30 minutes, and then have to be ready. Go change your shirt, change your wardrobe, and drink it.
Right back at it. I guess hindsight's 2020, right? But I guess we could have waited like an hour.
Yeah,
but we didn't. We just kind of just rushed right through it.
Was the viewership better on the first episode or the second episode after you were a little bit toasty?
That's a good question. I think we need someone to look at the analytics.
Gotta look at the
Kevin was saying that they liked the exhale one, like when you were like up in the.
Yeah. For all that one. Yeah.
That's good.
It's been fun so far. I mean, I've been having a good time.
Yeah.
So I guess what would be the surprise beer of the season?
I had
Mike.
two.
Let's go with Mike.
And I definitely did the Voodoo Ranger was my like surprise. Like I liked it so much I got it again. That was it hits you real quick. It makes my face hot. I'll turn red by the end of this for sure. But that was a surprise. And then the other one I didn't know I was going to like love was Orville. I'd never heard of it, and it's like a real weird bottle. It's closer to like it feels like a farmhouse ale kind of the way it's made. And I really like that. It's more weedy, I guess, than some, but yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah, that was definitely my surprise for sure. It was definitely the Orville. I know there's like Orville days, and it's been going on for forever. And I've never participated. And actually, I was going to do it this year, and I missed it. I'm kind of glad I did. I get to share the experience with Mike, who got the chance to try it as well. And I think that Bitburger Pilsner, which was really, really good. I really how clean and crisp that was. I like that. It wasn't like super watery, which sometimes I feel like a lot of Pilsners can be more water than anything else.
Yeah.
My surprise, I'm really gonna say Jeremy's beers. I've had them before, but I think just doing it in this setting where we're all gonna drink it and talk about it. This is a little bit different than having just by yourself. Like I don't drink alone, but if I'm having one of those, it's me and my girlfriend, and she's not gonna have it. But with you guys trying those are really good. I liked which I know some people here didn't, the golden ale from Jolly Pumpkin.
Oh, the Oro or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yep. The golden ale. Yeah, the golden ale.
Yeah, it was a more sour. Angela tried it. She loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, all of Jolly Pumpkin stuff is like a sour, essentially. But that's what they were known for. So I think all their stuff. I think it's probably, and Jeremy can correct me, it's probably more of the yeast that causes that than anything, I would think.
Yeah, so there's a few ways to do sours. You can use like a lactobacillus, which is one it's just a strain of yeast that you can use. You can use like yogurts and stuff like that to make
yogurt.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can use yogurts. And there's one other way too. But yeah. No, it wasn't too bad of a beer. I think the first couple of drinks was like I just had to get used to the flavor profile, and then just kind of. But after that, it was fine. Which is like, but the first one, I'm not sure about this yet. But I don't do well with sours anyway, so.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of leads us into our next question. Like, what types of beers do you think you want to try next? Like, so for season 2, what is on the horizon?
Oh, so I definitely want to try more sours.
Okay.
Smoked beers that's on the menu as well. I want to get some smoked beers in there. Lambics, which are sours, but it's the difference.
Farmhouse, yeah, they're. Yeah. Curious how Mike will think of those. I'm not sure if Mike, have you had a lambic? That'll be.
I don't think so. I do not.
We may have lost Jeremy.
This is the technical difficulties of live streaming.
Yeah, well, I think he's got some storms coming through his area right now.
Yeah.
So for me, I agree with Jeremy. Sours would be good. I love sours, IPAs, fruited sours, lactose beers. They don't always agree with me, but I do like them. You were frozen, Mike, but I think
I know,
you
I was
were.
just
There's Jeremy's back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was just saying. I agree with you on the sours. The farmhouse ales, lambic, that'd be good. I'm trying to think. We're coming up. I mean, I don't know when this is coming out, but it's gonna be
right
fall.
Now. We're live.
But Oktoberfest.
There's people watching us.
Oktoberfest beers.
Yeah. That's what Angela said. Fall equals Oktoberfest. So
yeah. Get some pumpkin spice. Yeah, Marzens. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, and then we did do a lot of the barrel aged beers, but more will be coming. We could do a Goose Island, but that might be rough.
Yeah,
we need to take suggestions.
I would like to do that. We have a set of beers that we're trying to get to Jeremy. I think that we'll have to hand deliver them, essentially. So we're gonna probably do something in that. Those ones there's a lot of barrel aged beers in that too, with the stuff that I found around here, but it was because I was buying them at the end of the season, and then it got summer and now back to fall, so that'll be exciting too. One of the ones I wanted to try that Jeremy and I had was a milkshake IPA, because that took a lot of the it didn't take the IBUs out of it necessarily, but it took a lot of the it just added like a different flavor for me, and I really enjoyed it. The one that we had when we were at that like church brewing whatever that was.
Taft's house or something like that.
Yes. Yep. So I'm excited. I'm excited to like just try some more stuff and kind of lock some things down and kind of, it doesn't necessarily have to be all the same beer specifically, but I like the style change and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of beers out there we still have to try. Hopefully I'll even have a few made up, bottled, and ready to go for you guys. And hopefully we're working on this week I'm gonna make my raspberry golden ale, which is
speaking of, what showed up at your house?
Yeah, look at this. Okay. Well, this is gonna be my next batch of blueberry honey ale. This big boy. Come on. Go. This right here. Wow. This is gonna be my golden ale. This is like 10 pounds of grain right here. So by the time I try to pull it, probably like 30 pounds.
Wow. You're gonna need to get one of those like crane things so you can lift it out of there.
Eventually I'll have to, yeah. To Asheville. Yeah, I love Asheville.
Yeah, I was replying to Matt there that he was on board for a road trip. So I would like to go down to Asheville. You've talked about it. Highline, I think you said.
Breweries.
Yeah, and a ton of breweries down there. I'd love to make the trip. Especially in the fall, because the Smoky Mountains would look pretty in the fall.
Pretty. I mean, that checks out.
I can tell you were calculating. Your eyes were up, looking at your brain. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah, pretty works.
So here's a question.
Sure.
And I don't know how to phrase this because I don't want to say what was the worst beer you tried, but what was your least favorite? What did you
I'll
not?
go first.
Go ahead.
So I was super excited. It was episode 12. It was the Polliner Hefeweizen, and I love a Hefe.
Oh,
And I was so excited. We got it. I got my heavy glass. I was ready to go. I pour it, and it just didn't look right. It didn't have much of a head or anything like that. It smelled kind of off too. I was like, well, maybe it's just a bad one. So I go take a sip of it. Man, this is freaking gross. What is wrong with this thing? And I have to look at the glass, and it's like one of the glasses just kind of sat around and just got cooking grease on it. And I just didn't wash it. So the beer I wanted to drink, I was so excited to drink, was like the worst thing. I saw like in the video, you watch me just like, this is good. I didn't drink it all. It was so horrible. So horrible.
I could tell like something was wrong because I was like, because I'm like, because like the whole week leading up to this episode, he's like, yeah, I can't wait. And then he's like sipping it, and he's like, it's good. I love it.
It's good. It's great. I'm having a blast.
And I was like, did I say something? Like, was there something that I did that really offended you during this episode?
Nope.
And then he's like, nope, I screwed up
Just
my
like-
glass. It's like,
Yep, didn't wash it beforehand.
and then you threw that glass out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the one that I disliked the most was Right Brain's CEO Stout. I think it was like is that our first episode? It was
Yeah,
like
I think
my
so.
least
Yeah.
favorite. Just because like I was trying to, because of the barrel aged stuff. Everything's usually a barrel aged stout or a barrel aged porter. So you basically that's what you start with. So I'm like, well, I like the barrel aged stuff. I should like the porter or the stout side of it. Well, that isn't. It was. CEO stands for coffee.
No, it was
espresso.
It was
and-
chocolate espresso.
Oh, chocolate espresso and
Oatmeal.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
Oats,
yep.
whatever.
I don't like the just coffee, but it was not so great. I would recommend
Yeah, we lied the
I would
whole time.
recommend skipping that one, Jason, if you want to go back through.
No, nope, gotta do it.
All right.
I'm gonna have to do
He's gonna
all
man
eight,
up.
all 8 of these or 7 of these beers on one night.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say just record a short of you like taking a sip of it and then post it.
So my least favorite, I don't want to say worst because I think there's no. I've had one beer that I just took a sip and said I'm done. But for this podcast, the Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald. I've had it before, and that was when I was younger, and I had it again, and it's probably whatever's in my head, from when I was younger. It's just I just couldn't. I didn't like it. Maybe it's because we had it on a 90-degree day. Maybe it's just whatever's going on in my head, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's a bad beer, but it wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I agree. It was better in the bottle than it was on draft. So
Okay.
that made up for me. Like I wouldn't not have it. I think I gave my parents a bottle of that also to try. I don't know if that episode is live yet or not. I think it may have just aired. I can't really remember, but yeah.
And I mean, I know when you watch the episode, I probably say it was great and all that, but it's just it was a good beer. It's just not. It wasn't my favorite. It just wasn't.
Right, like you said,
It
it's your
wasn't mine.
least favorite.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a child that you wanted to just kick out of like the house, that was your child
Mike.
that you kicked out. Aw.
So I guess that leads to like a question that's not actually part of the list. All like, should we be more honest? So I feel like sometimes we're too nice. They're like, yeah, this is good beer, blah 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 blah, and then afterwards we're like going, I don't know, it wasn't really all that good.
I agree.
I think that we probably should, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's what I think that
Well-
like, so that's like part of like, because our another part of this in this episode is to like, what should we do differently going forward? So I think that that's going to lead into that. But I do think that giving an honest opinion is going to be good for us along with like viewers. Because if somebody has the same, if you meet somebody that has very similar likes, you might like the same beers that they like. So if you're falsely saying you liked something because it was just okay, then it's hard to really get like an accurate opinion, I guess. I don't know.
True.
Sorry, reading the comments here. Apparently, I've triggered Matthew West. He agreed with you guys that CEO Stout isn't great, but he did not agree that Edmund Fitzgerald is not the best drink, because he apparently really liked it. He did say he wants us to be honest, but he wants us to quantify it. So he said, give it a relation to Natty Ice. I wouldn't mind, like, okay.
I do Pabst. Does that count?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Like-
I think Pabst is actually good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Natty Ice I haven't
We're
had.
done.
Hold
That's it.
on. I think it'd be cool to do, okay, Jason gives this, 4 out of 5 bottle caps. I think Jeremy said that before.
Yeah, a few different
Some
things.
rating for each of us, because maybe, people would say, oh, I agree with Mike here, or I don't agree with Jeremy, and Jason has no idea. He doesn't know anything about beer. But so I think a rating system would be good for each of us at the end, or something, some way to.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be good.
Maybe go Ryan for any, says he likes the rating system.
Okay, cool.
Do we each have our
So-
own rating system?
Well, I'm gonna take a bottle caps. You guys do whatever you want.
I mean,
I'll give it.
I liked.
3 out of 4 Walter Whites.
Oh, geez.
Sure.
I'll
meth.
give it.
It's a meth reference.
What 4 to 5? What's the shirt that I wear? Help me.
Dave Ferris's.
Ferris Bueller's. 4 to 5 Ferris Bueller's.
I have saved 4 out of 5 Ferris Bueller's today.
That's good. Someone had this, and I hope I'm not stealing someone's question, but what about guests? Do we want guest stars? Do you want to get Kevin on here?
I think he wants to be on here, but then he would have to have a computer that had a webcam and a microphone and a computer.
And a computer.
He needs
we
all
could
the
do-
things.
Well, so for something like that, it'd be like on location. We got to plan
that's
it.
true.
Well, there you go. That'd be
A
cool.
little bit better, but get Matt on, Matthew West.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun, especially in this scenario, in this technical difficulty.
I was fixing the focus, and it
in
didn't.
this kind of a scenario where like we're doing a recap, or we're doing like a like if we could steal like 2 or 3 bottles of no, probably 3 bottles maybe of Lizard of Kaz, and then make
Ooh.
Tates come on, or
I've
Matt
never
West
had it.
come on. Oh, it's
And he loves
it's not
it.
very good. My dad
Nope.
hates it. It's gross.
How many KBs would you give that?
That would be a,
KBs.
that would be a 7 out of 6 KBs. So it's a weird scale. Yeah.
Oh, so location specials. And Adam said, if we meet up with Jeremy, that'd be great. I would love to do, we go to a brewery or something, and we're drinking their beers, doing a flight. That'd be great.
So
Phobab?
yeah, so that was like when we went to Dark Lord Day, we're like, do we try and record something? But because we didn't have Jeremy, we're like, and then it was just too chaotic. But I think if all 3 of us were there in like if we went to like a brewery or something, we could just go like into, because most of them are pretty quiet. We could just record it from like an iPhone or something, and then it'd be fine. But I think that would be kind of fun.
TMI, I had no desire to record at Dark Lord Day because I had to poop.
Think of all our TMI.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I gotta poop.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Guests or just locations, whenever we can meet up, that'd be great.
And then I think the other thing too is like if the problem, I guess, for this scenario is that because I'm recording it, like you need me to do the video side of it, because you guys can't do stuff on your own. And then if any of us are gone, then we end up having like a forced hiatus for whatever reason. That's why we try and record twice a week, just to get a backlog of somewhat. But yeah.
But we never missed an episode. Like there was some times we were stressing about missing something, but we kept it. We have had, 25 episodes every week.
Yeah, it's nuts to think that this was 25 weeks of.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, because it was 2 weeks in one day, 2 weeks in one day,
Yeah.
2 weeks in one day. Like, Jeremy and I
That's a
had
lot.
literally
Yeah, that's a
like
lot.
4 beers that first week of like just to try and get through it not as quickly as possible. Oh, because we were gonna start this at here, because you were here for like a work trip
February,
essentially,
yeah.
and then we just lost power, so like I guess we're not gonna try and record. So that kind
That's true.
of sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all that stuff.
I don't know if they're still out there, Ryan and Adam. We wanted Mike. I think you said the first few episodes you had some music in the background, and then that was hard to coordinate with because you're doing all the recording here. I mean, Jeremy does the actual podcast recording. You're doing the video and such. Adam and Ryan, they're both working on some music for us. We're trying to give them some tidbits, but I think we don't know what we want, so it's hard to communicate to them what we want them to do. But we're trying to get some background music, something going here. We're trying to do more shorts, YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
I think YouTube Shorts are just like the best way for us to get visibility, I guess. And it's neat to like see the difference in like a comedic one versus like a serious one. I try to make them all funny, but it's like I have to remember to push a button if something happens, and I don't want it to be like always me doing something, so it's hard for me to like react to laugh at something that you guys are doing or did or said or something, and then hit the button to like do it. So that's kind of a pain. Well, which kind of leads us down like the rest of this this podcast, like the future. What does the future hold? Like, what do we want to focus on for our next season?
Ooh, I know what I want to do.
Yeah,
I got my answer.
Ooh, what's that?
I want to brew beer. I mean,
I'm here to help you.
I know, because I always ask you questions, and you're always like, oh, that's a good question. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm thinking about, because I've always wanted to brew beer, and one of my other things that I thought about here is, do we want to try different styles, so ciders or even like a seltzer? And you told me you can brew seltzer, and I'm like, I really kind of like seltzer. I mean, they're kind of refreshing. But yeah, I definitely would like to try brewing. But I'm between two places and I need like a small setup, but you've showed me a few things out there. There are smaller setups you can do. So
yeah,
that is my goal for season 2, to brew a beer at least.
It's very addicting. It's like tattoos.
Yeah,
what do you think? Yeah, Mike, Jeremy, what do you guys think?
So I think I like this format. Like, I think that I like, besides like, because I like the idea of kind of mixing home brewing in at the end. Like, what would you do to brew a beer like this? I think it would be cool to actually brew one of them. Like, take one of the season 1 beers and try and brew the recipe that we kind of came up with, or I use the term we loosely because Jeremy came up with it. Yeah. So I think that would be fun. But trying to coordinate a brew with the 3 of us would be epic, I think, and to either live stream during one of those or just record it and then post it later, I think would be really fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I think from my point of view, I would like to talk a little bit more about home brewing myself, just because I like the subject. I find it fascinating. But that being said, I think I would need more material to kind of come up with. I don't think I would have enough to go like 25 episodes. I think it's probably possible, but I would have to do a lot of research. If that's something anybody's interested in, I mean, I would like to.
Well, what about just?
I'd like to hear about it.
So I'm going on a trip soon. Mike went on a trip. You go like this weekend, Jeremy. You posted you were at a brewery. What if we just throw up on either on YouTube, or if we don't do an Instagram, but if some other, like, we're not doing a podcast, but we're out enjoying beer. I think that would be, if we were more, because right now it's just once a week. Yeah, we do once a week. There's some shorts that go up. Mike started doing the, hey, this is next week, what we're doing. I think, yeah, just more content. I don't know what that means, but just more.
Just something to think about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
if that's brewing, but I want to know more because I don't know anything about brewing beer. Sorry, Mike, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I think that
More live streams. Okay. Sorry, I just read the comment out loud.
Yeah, I think that this format, because this isn't much different than if we were to just literally be recording our podcast for the most part, because we don't really edit at all. Like I do, the only editing I have to do is the shorts. That's why there isn't as many of them. I like to push a button and just use those 30 seconds or whatever it does to like pick them up. But if I have to like try and cut it, I'm like, that wasn't that funny. so I'll take that out of there. But I think that there's a lot to be said for a live stream, but then like people want to listen to something later or when they're ever doing it, and trying to do it on a regular schedule on a regular basis has been kind of proving to be difficult. So I think one of the things, not to like, because our next question is what would we do differently, and I think that one of the things that I think I would like to do differently is kind of plan a little better, because I feel like what I've experienced is basically our style is just kind of like throw it together at the last minute and just go, and I would like to have had like, okay, let's do like, we're gonna get like these 6 types of beers, let's try and find them like throughout the next month or whatever, and then if you can get this specific beer, get this specific beer, and then go from there. But I felt like it was a lot of like just kind of haphazardly finding these beers and then just kind of going from there. So I would like to have a little bit more structure in that respect.
No, I agree.
But there is something by like the fly by the seat of your pants, whatever the saying is. It's kind of worked. I think we've had pretty good episodes from my perspective. I try and find stuff out about the brewery. Jeremy knows about beer, so he knows like, oh, what this should taste like and what he's tasting, and I just like, well, it tastes great to me. Mike just travels all the time, and he's like, oh, I did this and this week. And it's like, I didn't leave my house. So yeah, I agree. Like more structure. I would like more. I mean, obviously more fans telling us like, hey, go try. Have you guys tried this? And getting some ideas what to do. I think that'd be good.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess to answer Adam's question real quick, I think Mike can grab the link for the Discord channel.
I dropped one, but I don't know if that'll actually work. But
okay, I didn't see it pop up.
There is a Discord. We're on what do we? There's Google Podcast. There's Apple. We didn't do Apple, right?
We didn't do Apple. We did Anchor, Google, iHeartRadio. There's a couple other ones. There's like Stitcher just shut down like beginning of this month, so like Stitcher's gone. So for those that use that, sorry.
Your SOL.
Yeah, so that one. But yeah, we'll definitely get a link. I thought we had a link in our description stuff. I don't see any.
I can't remember setting it up. We tried to do this like 4 times, and this was a cluster to say the least. We were ready, rip roaring, ready to go last Friday, and then I clicked the button and it was like, you gotta wait 24 hours before you can stream. I'm like, all right, well, guess we're not doing it. So we just.
Adam just sent me a picture. It's the Discord's not in there, so it's a lot, and it's all Mike having to do a lot of the stuff, or at least the YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in witness protection?
Dude, that's what I was just gonna ask him. I was like, what is he doing?
should I robot webcam, your voice a little bit?
My webcam is drunk from the half beer that
I think that it doesn't like the super dark, the gray in your background. Well,
pumpkin stuff.
If I turn this up, it just washes me out. Pumpkin stout.
Pints with pals.
Yeah, so I think are we winding down? we thinking? Some people said live streams would be good for next season. I kind of agree. Maybe we.
I think that may be kind of fun. Can I change it up a little bit? Yeah.
I think this is
At
nice
least
to get some
on the
stuff.
50th episode.
You guys gotta wait 25 more.
Yeah, no, I think that this kind of works. I think that there's a lot to be said. It's not like we're ever going to get any kind of like popularity or whatever. At least
Sure,
not
don't say
right
that.
away. I'm just thinking that if it would be a little bit difficult to try and pay attention to like a live stream as it's going on, and then also try and get out what we're trying to do in like a half an hour, I think. To try and keep our episodes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, if we're doing, but it, maybe instead of every 25 episodes, us doing a live stream, we do one a month or something.
I think originally I was hoping to try and do them on like St. Patrick's Day or like Cinco de Mayo or any of those.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Any of like the special, like the Orville Day, like Oberon Day, do like those kind of things, and like try and coordinate like a live stream, like whatever we're going to record that day, like that weekend or whatever, try and like do those episodes, because we're recording them, and as is probably some of the people in here have seen, we'll record those episodes, but they come out like a month after. It's like Cinco de Mayo in April. You're like, oh, or I mean
April?
June. I went the wrong way. It's 9.5. Sorry, it's a tall can.
Oh yeah, it's hitting right now for sure.
Yeah, you guys have that's a high percentage one.
Yeah, 9.5.
It's so good though. Like,
It is delicious. The fact, Jeremy, you said there's no fruit in it, and it just tastes like mangoes, blows my mind.
Oh, I know. It's
Or as far as you know, there's no fruit. Who knows
pineapple.
what they do? It's very fruity, citrus. I wish I had one right now.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I think this may wrap it up. I think it's probably a good wrapping point. This is definitely our longest podcast ever. We usually
Roughly
stop
43 minutes and 27 seconds.
Yeah, so I want to say thanks
Roughly.
to everyone who's come out and asked a bunch of questions, made some really cool suggestions. I definitely need to cover the chat so I can trim it later on. Why are we leaving? Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew. I know you missed me, buddy.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That's something. We're already home.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to have a pint with your pals.
Oh.
Cheers.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot it already. Sherry's gonna die.
I was like, drink responsibly.
Drink responsibility.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Until next time, have a great night.
Cheers. Friends.